That is right. It is time for Kickstarter Talk. We are back after an unfortunate 2 weeks where we could not film it because me, Mr. Anderson, the voice of Indie Advocates, had lost my voice and had some health issues. Thank you for all the kind wishes. But we are back and we're going to jump right in. We're going to go down the list and tell you what you're going to see on the show today. When we're done, we're going to update you. We're doing a new format today. We're going to go over everything that we're going to go over. So we're going to start right now by just letting you know that you can always find the Kickstarters you want to know about by going to Now on Kickstarter. On today's show, we're going to talk about the perfect book for you to learn how to make your own Kickstarter successful. We're going to tell you about Section M. We're going to talk about Bengali. We're going to meet the Sisterhood. We're going to find out more about Mine to Avenge. We're going to have a book of voices. Moon Girl is going to pay us a visit. We're going to talk about how John Henry entered INIE the Were Spider. The Couch Volume 1 is going to take a seat in the program. Cyber Girl is going to run rampant. Hot Comic Art book is going to be shown off. And Bad Sushi Canon graphic novel is here to enjoy. All right, guys, so that's what's going to be on the show today. We're going to jump into it. We're going to do crazy stuff. We're going to check things out. But first, I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the amazing new format. So, in an effort to make the show faster, and it's ironic, we're going to take some time to actually slow it down to talk about what makes the show faster. But what we're doing is we're actually going to make the show a little bit quicker. So, what does that mean? Well, we're going to go by the New York Minute model, meaning we're going to try to show you very quick parts of the video because the whole point of this show is really to get you guys to go seek more. So we're going to give every creator 60 seconds. Now, this is where the social part of this is going to become important. If you as a creator are showing up to this show, making it an effort
quick parts of the video because the whole
making it an effort to come here, and you're getting people to talk about this, then you could very well have your Kickstarter mentioned more, shown more. Basically, the more chatter we see, maybe show up on the show itself, maybe actually get here and be part of it, the better off you're going to be. We're going to tag the creators. We're going to see what's going on. But the basic format is as follows. Very simply, we're going to play a video. We're going to give it 60 seconds, which we actually have a timer now. So everyone's going to get, and we're going to go to the timer. Oh, where is that silly timer? There it is. Everyone's going to get 60 seconds on the clock once it starts. And after 60 seconds, oops, that's actually wrong. Gotta do that. So everyone will get 60 seconds, and I'll give myself 60 seconds here. Oh, 1 minute. I'll do that. All right. Nope, that's not it either. I don't know why I'm having trouble setting an alarm suddenly. Oh, 1 minute. There we go. Duh. All right, so I'm going to give myself 1 minute to explain. So in 1 minute, we're going to show you everything we can about the project. It'll be up to you guys on our Facebook feed or on our YouTube feed to say that you want to see the video in full. It's your job to get excited. It's your job to tell us you want to see more. And if you do that, we will certainly accommodate you. We're going to keep the clock running on top at all times while we're talking about the project. And at 1 minute precisely, we're going to shut it down. Now, you guys in YouTube can't see necessarily that. We will probably go in the future to a full screenshot so you guys can see everything that we're seeing. I apologize. I meant to do that and I forgot. So you won't see the countdown this episode, but you will in the future. So everyone just has 1 single minute. Hi, Tommy Sharp. And as soon as that minute is up, we're going to hear the alarm. We're going to know that we have to switch the topic. So it's a New York type of style. So let's start off here. Another minute on the clock. Oh, what is this? All right, it's a New York minute. Today you can no longer create timers. All right. We have the Pro, which is active. Thank you. All right, so there we go. I don't know what I did there, but I got it for free. So, woohoo! All right, so 1 minute to talk about Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, a second edition. It's a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding. It's made by the very talented Madeline Holly Rising, illustrated by Christy Shin. Having successfully funded 4 Kickstarters of her own, Boston Metaphysical Society writer-creator Madeline Holly Rising shares her very specific and practical strategies for running a successful crowdfunding campaign with a goal of 10K in the second expanded edition. You know what? I should have read the book before I went live, and that's my fault. That's part of my reading material over the next couple weeks. We also added, and you can get that book on Amazon, by the way, and I definitely suggest it. I started reading it. It's definitely worth it. We've added to this the actual other amazing books that you guys should be reading right here in our creative process, the must-read reading list. And now, just as a heads up, we've turned the creative process into the creative info section. So look forward to, well, some things will still say creative process, but creative info just sounded better, I think. So that's a bit of a change. So let's dive into section M and give them 1 minute.
It was the apex of the Silver Age. Superman was on Broadway. Batman was on TV and in theaters. Marvel was a hit on college campuses. And every other publisher that held on into the 60s was dusting off their 40s heroes to try to cash in. And then there was Dell. The thinking was probably, kids like heroes, kids like monsters. Let's combine the two. Unfortunately, these 4-color versions of the Peanut Butter Cup didn't catch on and were canceled after a handful of issues. But they did capture the imagination of a few readers then and now. I know because I'm one of them. My name is Sean Delaney. I'm the writer of Section M. In our book, we take the Dell monster heroes like Frankenstein, Werewolf, Dracula, and Fleda, as well as the more traditional heroes, Polymer Polly and Nucla, and create a super team like few others before. In our story, the heroes were lost and presumed dead following...
Okay, and now we'll be moving on. Now, real quick, we were having a little bit of... There's a new way that Facebook is doing stuff, so it's making it harder for me to comment via here. So I don't think we're going to be using this as much anymore. So sorry about the little bit of confusion because of that. And I'm going to let this Kickstarter have its extra 30 seconds because that wasn't the Kickstarter's fault. So they get to finish the video.
Space mission in 1968. In that mission, they wound up in suspended animation, crashing back to Earth and waking up almost 50 years after they left. Now these men and women who were to be the champions of justice into the 70s have to find their way through the 21st century. I invite you to join me, Federico Zumel, Stuart Berryhill, and the rest of our team as we try to turn the weirdest heroes of the 1960s into the next great super team for the 2020s.
Now, by all means, you could find any of these in our chat room right now with all the different things that are listed as the top link on the top, writtensins.com, now on Kickstarter, Kickstarter Talk, issue 5. So we're going to move on to Bengali number 2. Give them a minute. Just under a minute. Good for them. So you can check out that amazing project by going to that link and clicking right here. We're going to move on ahead and find out a little bit about the Sisterhood. So we'll go ahead and give it a minute. And here we go.
There, this is Richard Boom from the Netherlands. I'm speaking here to you all on behalf of my comic book series, The Sisterhood, which is a comic book project in development for the last 5 years or so, which I've been able to do with the help of some amazing writers, amazing talents, amazing artists, and amazing cover artists, which you can all be witness of if you look at the project page. You can see all the artwork of Diego. You can see the covers by Yonami, the regular cover, and the variant cover by Eric Basadua. The story is about mummies, of course. It's still it's a PG-13 book, so you know. But the story is about mummies coming back to life, and they will actually defend us against the supernatural threats. That's the gist.
All right, Tommy says he's going to send something to us in Messenger, so I look forward to that, Tommy. But as you guys can see, that 1 minute rule is going to stand. So something for creators to think about how that first minute of a video really matters. All right, so we're back up. Another minute to go. Let's put a minute on the clock and start. Avenge. Mind to avenge. All right.
Hi, I'm Robert Jeffrey, and I want to say thank you for checking out the Kickstarter launch for Mind to Avenge, the Book of Layla, Chapter 1. On behalf of our entire team, which includes penciler and inker Matteo Illuminati, our colorist, letterer Loris Ravina, our editor Marcel Dupree, and our publisher of Evolution Publishing, I just want to say thanks, for giving us a shot when you have no shortage of choices out there. We think that you'll enjoy the various perks and eventual stretch goals that you get with this Kickstarter, and the biggest reward, the comic itself. It's a labor of love for our entire team, and we had a lot of fun putting it together. So once again, thanks again for giving us a shot, and hopefully you enjoy the story that we put together with Mind to Avenge.
All right, moving on. Book of Voices, 1 minute. Let's go.
So when I was in high school, we used to go to this record store. And upon one of the many trips to the record store, I went to the back, to the UCD section. And there was one album or CD that really caught my eye. It was 9 guys in masks, red jumpsuits, and the cover told you what you were going to hear. Little did I know that day I was going to find the one band that will affect my life from that day forward. Slipknot has been very powerful in my life and whatnot. In my darkest times and my best times, they've always kind of been there for me. They also kind of showed me that visual and performing arts are not two different things, but the same thing in one. When they talk about the artistry or the craftsmanship that goes into the masks and how that's someone inside them that wants to come out and it's through that music. Same thing with art. Like an artist paints or draws or whatever they want or how they feel, they express themselves in that piece.
And it's weird when you're seeing this minute go by, you're realizing, like, that's the attention span of most people. You have a minute to sell them. And right now we get to learn what that minute looks like. On average, a person will not watch anything more than a minute of your video. I found that very fascinating. That just comes down to why commercials are actually the length that they are. It was market survey. Actually, you really got to hit your need for someone to want to see your project within the first 20 seconds, some things say. So keep that in mind as we're watching this, and we're showing this new thing about the attention span of the watcher.
Moon Girl is based on the public domain character from the 1940s, and what I've done is created a brand new, fun origin story while still keeping some of that golden age flavor with the artwork. So you'll see things like thought bubbles and ray guns and retro futuristic imagery. Here, take a look. The reward tiers include some fantastic pinups from some incredibly talented artists. Each of them put their own little twists on Moon Girl. All of these pinups are available as...
And then that's it. We got one more minute to give to another project, and that project, we'll give them a little more than another minute, but 1 minute goes to INIE, the Were Spider. So let's give him a minute and go.
Hi, my name is Greg Anderson Elise, and I am the writer and creator of INIE the Were Spider. INIE the Were Spider is an original comic book series following the son of Anansi the Spider, the West African and Caribbean god of stories. Coming off from Volume 2, The Hornet's Web, the creative team and I are continuing INIE's journey, this time in a single 24-page issue one-shot titled The Ballads of Rawhead and John Henry. This one-shot will have two stories, both continuing the theme of introducing and adapting various Black cultural stories. One story focuses on legendary hero John Henry, who raced and won against a steam drill in constructing the railroad and the railroad tunnel. In this,
I'll be honest, when I came up with this minute program, I didn't realize, like, really how quick that minute can be in some of these videos. It's definitely eye-opening. I'm not sure why that just did that. Apologies for that. We're going to give the couch, we're going to take a minute and sit with the couch.
Welcome to the Couch Volume 1 Kickstarter. Even superheroes need help sometimes. A year ago, we brought you a Kickstarter for the Couch #1. Since then, we've completed 4 issues and brought them to shows around the East Coast. Okay, so mostly Florida, but we've been busy anyway. Now it's time to put it all together. The Couch Volume 1 collects the first 4 issues of the series. That's right, all 104 original story pages in one book, with some fun additional pages, including character bios and the original script for issue 1. When we first met Dr. Warren J. Lee, he had just broken up with his girlfriend, couldn't afford his rent, and only had 1 patient. 4 issues later, Warren still has no girlfriend, can't afford the rent, but now he has 2 patients. The Couch explores the other side of being a superhero, when the cape is hung by the door and all that's left is a human being. Written by David A. Byrne and illustrated by Matt McGill.
Not bad, man. My credit to my boy here. For those who don't know, David's been instrumental in some of the panels I've been on. He helped us out with the indie takeover, so I give him a lot of credit. Great job on that video. I gotta say, like, very quick, got me interested. Honestly, if I didn't know it already, that would hook me. You know, we don't really explore that other side, so I'm digging it. Speaking of digging things, let's dig into this video for a minute and see how much it compels you guys to ask for more, maybe?
Cybergirl Lita, issue 3 is here. This issue picks up after the events of issue 2. Lita is still facing off against a mysterious enforcer droid. Somehow the person controlling it has clues about her past. Who is it? What do they know? And what about the new friends Lita met last issue, seemingly destroyed in the battle? Will she learn more about who they were? Was Lita the only robot in the project codenamed Lita? This issue answers many of those questions and opens the door for many new exciting storylines. We go deep inside the SCD headquarters and learn a bit more about what goes on within the mysterious organization. The final page is a real shocker for fans following the character. Needless to say, I'm working on issue 4 already. I'm really happy with the response this book's been getting, and I really want to keep going with it. So please, back this book, tell your friends, and I want to get this into more stores, and I want to say thank you to everybody that's backed it so far.
Now, I really like that video. The one thing I would suggest to the creator and for you guys, you hear how hard it is to tell what the creator is saying. Watch your volume on music. Sometimes that can have a bad effect. Speaking of not having a bad effect, let's look at some amazing art and check out what this is all about from Caesar.
Hey guys, this is Caesar Crawford. Welcome. This is my new Kickstarter. That's a picture of me. Oh no, not that one. Yeah, if you go back there, it was me sitting at the table. Yeah. Anyway, that was me sitting at the table at a recent Comic-Con I did just a couple weeks ago. And actually, the whole point of this Kickstarter is me creating some of the best, top-notch, best quality portfolio for me to take to cons and show off, and maybe be able to get it in the right hands for my next job. With this new portfolio, sketchbook style gallery comic, I will have some of my best work, some that I haven't even done yet, and hopefully some really cool requests from the 25 selected.
It's really, I mean, just doing this show once, it now makes me really rethink how I'm going to do my next video and how we're going to be dealing with it. So this is our last video for the day. I don't see a lot of comments, so we're going to talk after this video, and I'll explain some things going forward. Setting up the 1 minute, and let's go.
Hello, I'm Simon Mitchell.
And I'm Matt Mitchell.
And we are co-creators of an irreverent little comic book called Bad Sushi Cannon.
Bad Sushi Cannon is the culmination of over 30 years of love for both the science fiction and comedy genres. It centers around three main characters: Bang Foley, captain of the ship Karma Chimera, and his best mate, Eddie, and the ship's mechanic, Sam. They are intergalactic repo men.
All right, guys, and that's it. Every Kickstarter had a New York Minute. We're going to go to our chat room right now, and we're going to check to see if anyone actually has said anything other than Tommy, to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, what do we got going on? So Tommy Sharp's got something. So what do we got here? Let's call it up. Live on the show, Tommy Sharp. All right, let's check this out. We'll get it. Oh, man. We're stuck in a commercial. All right, so as that plays, we're going to just scroll here. So this is something of, okay, here we go.
This is a 3-part comic book series designed to teach children how to divide with fractions. The story is set in the fictitious town of Banneker, Maryland, where our hero, Theo, has just gotten a new job. He's watching a new puppy named Newton. The only problem was, Newton's house was right next door to a very mysterious old woman. She had a creepy cat named Pythagoras, and she was much too interested in poor little Newton. But that wasn't the only problem Theo had. He was struggling with his math homework, and believe me, he tried just about everything. Nothing seemed to work. And to make matters worse, he had to put up with his little precocious sister. The fractions, the job, the sister, it was all giving him nightmares. Nightmares about fractions. Newton's Nemesis addresses 5th grade Common Core standards, but also has a teacher supplement that has plenty of activities to connect historical ideas and concepts in the book, as well as activities such as finding items on a coordinate plane, or finding the many quadrilaterals embedded throughout the story. The story is built upon Theo's interaction with his little sister who's learning how to divide so that he can understand the concepts of division when you are working with fractions. The story also reinforces growth mindset and productive struggle to help students develop resilience when working with mathematics. You can learn more about the mysterious ID Bide and the 3-part comic book series at my website, cindytickner.com, where you can also download resources for parents and teachers. You can also leave me comments or send me an email to tell me what you think about this project.
All right, so now you might be wondering, well, Rob, how come you let that play in entirety? There is a simple reason for that, and we're not going to let this next thing play. So obviously by doing this, we've cut down certainly a lot of the program. Usually this program has ran an hour to an hour and a half. So now we went through all that, even with the intro, even with the pacing that we did. Everything has been done within, well, we'll call it 30 minutes now, right? So now we'll have extra time after every show. So here's what I want. Ooh, you guys can't see that. That's actually not for you. Here's what I want from you guys. And this is like, you guys shouldn't actually see that either. You guys, what I want from you, okay, we're still live. That's actually what I was trying to check. So I want you guys to be more involved with promotion, and I know that it works better. Whenever I have a creator on here, it's more entertaining. We have cool stuff, so I want to really explore things more in depth. And because today the Advocator has popped up as big as it did, I want to take a minute and check out the Advocator page. That's by Travis Gibb, who obviously the Advocator is closely related to indie advocates, and that's on purpose. A website is influenced and produced a wonderful anthology series, which is actually very cool. I'll be running the campaign for issue number 1. The reason I'm running is because none of my stories are in it. We figured if we could have, okay, so there are 3 of us. You guys should know that. It's me, Chuck, Pino, and Travis Gibb are the basic monkeys in charge. We'll put it that way. We're doing the things behind the scenes. We're bringing some amazing creators together. Awesome thing about this is that no one gets more books than anyone else. Everyone gets an equal share. This is the first time an anthology is not about the people behind the anthology making the money off of other people's work. And it's not a judgment. It's just the truth. That's what most of these anthologies do. They use other people's work to then sell it. Some of them, to their credit, do actually give a stream of revenue based on sales, royalties, a profit margin sharing. It is not that common in indie comics. What we did is we removed the greed, and we're giving everyone a book from the Kickstarter. We're giving everyone in the project exclusive rights to reprint. The only catch-22 is that they have to reprint without modification and have to print through Kraken, and we're pretty sure Kraken will agree to these terms. Travis is checking on that over the next couple days just to make sure that that is how it will be, but you can print any more issues you want for your book. This is the next level, and this is what I want you guys to be aware of. I want you guys to start reimagining how to promote. I mean, you guys can be doing things and you're not, and I did a horrible job of promoting my last 2 Kickstarters. Honestly, I was a lot more burnt out than I realized I was, and all of that is on my fault. And I own it, and I'm going to take my disastrous failures and mistakes and bad choices, and I'm going to help you guys make better choices than I made and empower you guys to do better than I did, and then in turn empower myself to do better than I did. So one of the greatest tools that I have given everyone to use is Indie Advocates. And check it out. As long as I know you and you're established, and I don't think that you'll do anything that could be toxic to the site, I will let you join the site as a reporter. And you can, yes, report on yourself. This is an offer I've been giving people for months. You're not taking advantage of it. That's on you. Chuck took advantage of it, and Chuck is blowing up now. Everyone who works on this site has had opportunities given to them. Featuring people on this site has gotten people signed with bigger companies. This is not a joke. This site is something powerful. It's bigger than me, and it should be bigger than me. We're heading up to 30,000 subscribers. We're at 26,000. My goal is 1 million. So we're just going and churning. We're changing constantly. We're this year in 2019 coming up, as we're already in that season in my mind. We're already thinking, like, think Cars already released for 2019, right? So we're in our 2019 season already. I want to make a site with better quality, and I want you guys to be part of that. If you guys have a Kickstarter right now, you should be filling out the Kickstarter 7 reasons to back your Kickstarter. You should be coming on this program. You should be trying to get on the show. And if you're not doing that, we'll still feature you. We'll still give you the minute like everyone else. But I need to worry about promoting myself as well. And I think you guys understand that self-promotion is important. And I did a horrible job of that in 2018 outside of my Comic-Con appearances. So I need to have a better, stronger hold on what I'm doing. And I can do that by also making you guys realize you got to get off the couch. And I say that because I know David's watching. You got to get off the couch, and you have to get, speaking of which, we'll actually play David's video while I'm talking, and you guys will get an extra view of it right there. I want you guys to get like energized. Talk about your projects. Get excited. I know it's gotten harder to fund Kickstarters. And that's because we've also gotten lazy. We don't work as hard as we did. 2 years ago, people were more excited, more energetic. I mean, half of these videos, I'm not trying to hate on anyone, but they're more like ads than they are actual reasons to back it. This is Kickstarter, man. Why should someone back your Kickstarter? What are you giving? And to David's credit, I want to play this video again as an example.
Welcome to the Couch Volume 1 Kickstarter. Even superheroes need help sometimes. A year ago, we brought you a Kickstarter for the Couch #1. Since then, we've completed 4 issues and brought them to shows around the East Coast. Okay, so mostly Florida, but we've been busy anyway. Now it's time to put it all together. The Couch Volume 1 collects the first 4 issues of the series. That's right, all 104 original story pages in one book, with some fun additional pages, including character bios and the original script for issue 1. When we first met Dr. Warren J. Lee, he had just broken up with his girlfriend, couldn't afford his rent, and only had 1 patient. 4 issues later, Warren still has no girlfriend, can't afford the rent, but now he has 2 patients. The Couch explores the other side of being a superhero, when the cape is hung by the door and all that's left is a human being. Written by David A. Byrne and illustrated by Matt McGill, support this Kickstarter and join Warren and his newfound calling to help the heroes of Megalopolis.
That was 1 minute and 11 seconds. It told me about the book. It told me why I was excited. The only thing it was missing is, why is he on Kickstarter? Now, that's a choice everyone can make. Sometimes maybe it's not needed. You know, this was a pretty good video, but I mean, and you know, this one did really well because he's up front talking about it. But like right here, I almost feel like this is a waste on a video. I get why it's being done. Artistically, I fully understand it. But again, remember that 1 minute rule. You have 1 minute to impress people. And right now, people are going to see this art, and they're now going to make a quick decision on it without knowing everything because he hadn't gone over everything. And this is a brilliant comic. So you got to kind of relook at your videos when you're doing them this year in 2020 and 2019 as we go to 2020. It's time to raise the bar. Let's make things even more, you know, powerful. I mean, look at the trailers. Everything starts out fast. Everything's big, explosive. Your second trailers slow down. Your first trailers, and this is what it is. These are your first trailers. You got to get people hooked right away, right? Look at what Section M does. Right away, we're in the action.
It was the apex of the Silver Age. Superman was on Broadway. Batman was on TV and in theaters. Marvel was a hit on college campuses. And every other publisher that held on into the 60s, unfortunately.
Now, see, like right away, takes us in a trip on time. Very, very cool. I dig it. You know, you want to have that fast-pacedness. You know, you want to get right into something. Now, see, this looks exciting. I love this. This is great art. It sounds energetic, but it's making me read, and it's taking forever to do it. And I do warn you guys about that. I mean, think about it. For your first 10 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 17 seconds, it takes 19 seconds for me to get to anything. And then the first thing I see is the world is filled with threats to mankind. What am I learning here? I'm not learning a lot here, you know? And then slowly it comes up. See, Star Wars can get away with this because you're in for Star Wars. You already paid your ticket. That's not how they advertise their book. Threats that can't be dealt with by normal means. All right. I'm starting to get amped up. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get some, and right here. Okay, now right here, check it out. Now it becomes like, here we go. Things are getting faster. Things are getting, you know, punchier, and I'm seeing more stuff. I wish the energy of this was sped up just a little bit and put in the beginning of the video. So I think if you put this in the beginning of the video, first 30 seconds, think of your first 30 seconds as the getting them. And then your last 30 seconds should really be someone narrating. I really am a big fan of narrating. I hate videos that I have to read. It's just something about it annoys me. Personally, I don't like it. And I would love to hear a narration. Now, the Sisterhood.
Hey there, this is Richard Boom from the Netherlands. I'm speaking here to you all on behalf of my comic book series, The Sisterhood, which is a comic book project in development for the last 5 years or so, which I've been able to do with the help of some amazing writers, amazing talents, amazing artists, and amazing cover artists, which you can all be witness of. If you look at the project page, you can see all the artwork of Jay.
Now, I can tell you right now, he's not reading from a script. He's going a little bit off at lib.
Oh, you can see the cover.
Now, he has a script, but he's having trouble reading it. And now, he probably doesn't speak English as a regular language. So, you know, it's not a hate on Richard. You know, God bless him. I don't speak 2 languages.
By Yonami, the regular cover, and the variant cover by actually project. I hope you can support the entire team so we can move forward with this project.
Okay, so what he would need to do in this video, in my opinion, just be quicker. He doesn't talk a lot about the Sisterhood. What is the Sisterhood? You notice that? Like, watch it again. We'll watch this whole thing. Watch how little he talks about the actual book.
From the Netherlands, I'm speaking here to you all on behalf of my comic book series, The Sisterhood, which is a comic book project in development for the last 5 years or so, which I've been able to do with the help of some amazing writers, amazing talents, amazing artists, and amazing cover artists, which you can all be witness of. If you look at the project page, you can see all the artwork of Diego. You can see the covers by Yonami, the regular cover, and the variant cover by Eric Basadua. The story is about mummies, of course. It's still a PG-13 book, so you know. But the story.
See right there, it's a PG-13 book. You know. A very vague, like, what do I know about a PG-13 book? See, you want to stay away from comments like that, because what does that mean? What did he mean by that? And I'm curious what he means. Let's see if he follows up.
It's about mummies coming back to life, and they will actually defend us against the supernatural threats. That's the gist. I hope you take a good look at all the pledges I've created.
Yes, sorry, someone's calling.
Especially for this project. I hope you can support the entire team so we can move forward with this project as well as the rest of the series. I Thank you for your attention and have a good day. Bye.
All right. Now, again, now that we've seen it, right? Now that we've had it, what did he really tell us about the book? You know, he's excited about it. I love the energy. Absolutely love the energy. Kudos to that. Definitely second language thing. You know, much respect, much love for that. Here's the problem I have with this is that he's not really telling us about the book. For a minute and 30 seconds, I didn't learn a lot about the book. This video has got to be about the book, and it's more about him, but he doesn't even explain. There are some great concepts in there that, like, I picked up. 5 years of working on the project. Wow, that must mean this is really well timed. They've taken their time. The PG-13, I didn't understand it. You know, did you guys get why it was important to mention it was PG-13? I didn't. You know, he didn't follow up with that. It left questions that I don't know if we could simply answer by going to the Kickstarter. And just for an example today, because I have a few extra minutes before I'm going to call the video, let's see, does it actually answer it? Okay, so here we got a beautiful pitch. For several centuries, the ancient order of the Justice has lain dormant, but the magical power of the Justice Gems has been released during an Egyptian and archaeological there we go, dig. Now all over the world, the modified priestesses of justice are coming back to life as supernatural evil threatens human society. Through the following decades, the Sisterhood will be there to guard the project, to guard and protect. Oh my God, how awesome does that sound? And then the plot, and you even get a plot here. So this is very cool. Now, if I hadn't taken the time and I just watched that video, and I just got here, I had been developing the dream project. I want to stress, see, now this stuff should not be in the beginning of your Kickstarter. That's not what it's about. This is why you're doing it. This should be in your team section where you have the team all done. And I think this one actually has, yeah, see this team section? So, okay, a few things with the team. This is where you explain why you're doing the book. This is where you give information. And it's nice to put a picture, even if it's of a former pitcher. You know, and notice I'm picking on this one a little bit, and it's because I really respect the work, and I've seen it already. And I've also seen how it's funded. It's got a great fan base. So I don't think that we're actually going to hurt it by saying anything about it. And I'm not trying to say anything rude about it because I do like the project. PG here, it says PG-13. You know, you want to be consistent with some of the things that you see. And it's got beautiful girls that obviously, you know, this I can kind of see might not be for everyone. And it's a, you know, looking at the covers, I don't think I need a warning of the age. So be a little bit more mindful about that stuff. Also, one thing, you want to break up your things a little bit better. Use the bold. There are bold options, and there are title. You know, he can make these a little bigger so it breaks it up a little bit more. But it's a beautiful Kickstarter. It's well done. Made more than any of my Kickstarters have ever made. But he could have made more. I think if he had a stronger video, I think that this easily could have been a $20,000 project. I think Richard just needs to land it better. He has such wonderful information to go from right here. I think that if he used this for his video, he would have gotten more money. I think that he would have gotten new fans because I think this is a representation of 166 backers who have become fans of him. He's a great guy. He's built that fan base, but wouldn't it be better if this was 366? And you always have to look at that. How can I involve someone else? Other notes about the videos, and this was all music to a point.
Hi, I'm Robert Jeffrey.
We meet Robert Jeffrey, you know, so it's all music after here, right? But we get to start with the creator, and I love that because the creator has convinced me.
I'm Robert Jeffrey, and
the creator has made me fall in love with the book. So now, or at least the concept, or he's at least made me want to see what comes next. So I'll sit through the art because now it's not just art. Now it's something that, okay, he told me about this. So now I'm trying to associate the words he's given me for this. So this is a well-done video. I really like that. The Book of Voices. Now,
the craftsmanship that goes into that scent counts.
The only thing that I would critique about this video is that it should have gone a little faster, in my opinion, but it wasn't bad. I mean, that's really it. I mean, I like it. The background music's kind of cool. I like the documentary feel to it. I really like this video. I just think it's a little long. I think that if you keep in mind a shooting distance of not a shooting distance, a shooting time, like how long you're going to do it, I think that you're going to get better things out of it. Because I think when you give yourself too much time, you might be talking about things that are important. You want to sit down and hit. What do you think the fans are going to want to hear?
People through these lyrics that affected me in my life and my work. And Kickstarter is helping me through that by printing costs and shipping the book out to you guys. So every cent counts to make this book a reality. There's no risks because the book is done. There's no challenges, again, because the book is done. This is just helping me print and ship it out to you guys.
Now, how cool is that? See, right there, boom. I know why I want to back the book right there, but he saves all that for the very end of the video. The very beginning of the video, he's telling us his story, which is cool. Again, dig it. I like it. I respect it. Love the hustle. So I'm not talking badly about it. Moon Girl, love the fact that he jumps in and out. Again, though, I think he could have cut it down a little bit, but not much. I mean, he did a really good job on this video. Morales brought it in.
Erased and one colored once again. Media, sharing it with your friends, family.
Once again, another great video. I just think that they got to turn the music down a little bit and put his volume up a little higher.
My name is Greg Anderson Elise, and I am the writer and creator.
But I love the art in it. I love
4-page issue one-shot titled The Ballads of Rawhead.
See, I would have just made his volume higher. I would have upped how he sounded. And because he's saying important stuff about the project, and I want to try to shorten it. Try to get your videos down to 90 seconds. And I did that with actually my last Kickstarter, and I was proud of the video. And I took a different look on it than most people would, because I wanted to film it in Queens. Plus, I was running around with Jax, and I was just trying to get a lot done in a short amount of time. I was always on the move, so I could have done. Looking back on it, I know how to do a better video. I hate video editing, but it's important. So, and it takes a lot to do a video editing. So, give credit where credit's due. When you see these videos, they are not easy to produce. They are very time consuming, and they take a skill level. So, give some love for that. We talked about the couch. This one again, it's that music. It's the music drowned out.
This issue.
It sounds like the creator is struggling with it, and they're saying some interesting things, but it's almost hard to do. Caesar is telling a story, and it's a 3-minute video.
A month or so ago. Maybe.
And it's an interesting story, and it's worth listening to. But again, like for Kickstarter, you want to kind of start very hard and try to get people right away. Because especially with these projects, these are some great projects. I really dig it. Bad Sushi, again.
The culmination of over. And I'm Matt Mitchell.
So 10 seconds of zooming in on a logo. Is that really a necessary 10 seconds?
Hello, I'm Simon Mitchell. And I'm Matt Mitchell. And we are co-creators of an irreverent little comic book, Galactic Repo Men. These issues are their chronicled
So by 1 minute, we're finally starting to know the story. That 1 minute, I almost would say don't introduce who you are till the end of the video. Because honestly, half the time, they want to know what the story is and then introduce yourself. Like if you're going to do something where you talk about your struggles to making the book, always do it at the end. And here's a reason I say that. You guys ever watch Undercover Boss? You ever watch the Shark Tank or anything like that? Oh, excuse me. You'll notice that they save the human the human conversations, the things about the characters or the humans. I call them characters because you never know if they're real people or not. But those inner stories that we get to see, and we see their humanity in brilliant ways in some of those shows. They never do it right at the beginning of the show. Why? Because first they want you to be interested in the story. And remember, we're storytellers, and a Kickstarter is a story. And I'm guilty of a lot of the things that I am talking about now. And that's why I'm talking about them now. I took the extra time today to give you guys kind of a masterclass. Only certain people actually get to watch this, will see this, who watch to the very end, because the truth is most people don't watch to the very end of a video. So those who don't watch the end of this video are missing all this information that people ask me all the time for. And I've helped people successfully fund Kickstarters with the changes that I help them make when they need to make them. So I am giving this to you because I've learned from other people. These are not just my ideas. These are a collective of ideas. But that's it. I believe my time is up that I allotted for this, and I have to make a phone call. I thank you all for tuning in with me today. If you guys have any questions, please, by all means, give them. In the future, be part of the conversation by showing up. Remember, the first half an hour, we're going to be talking about Kickstarters. The last half an hour, we're going to have plenty of time to talk about things. So join us in a conversation. My name is Mr. Anderson. I am the advocating voice for indie advocates. You can find me at Written Sins at writtensinscomics.com, all my works, and me personally, follow me at Mr. Anderson on Facebook or MrAnderson.com on the internet.